So the stress in the mind, especially in the Western world, which we discuss as being Yang, it causes our thoughts to race, to take over the mind. But you have to realise that if you do quite a bit of meditation, eventually you can actually stop that thought process altogether. So it is actually possible to get to a state of pure meditation through relaxation and through training of the mind. And the benefits from that are considerable. We can find even in Western medicine that they're beginning to recognise that meditation has huge benefits. The brain waves that benefit from it. So we know that it does have benefits, and we know from the Chinese experience that the thoughts are rooted in the stress in the shoulders. So physical stress can also make you agitated, as well as living on food that is inappropriate for energy generation. Bad water, bad air and so on, these things don't help. So if you wish to liberate your mind, you have to work on relaxing those thoughts, and gradually your mind then comes to accept that the fact that the thoughts are not dominant. And in that state we reach a state of peace, inner well-being. You will sometimes experience that in your daily life for brief moments. For instance, if you were at a football match and your side scored a goal and everybody cheers together, and it's like a group mind just comes together in a moment of exaltation. This allows you to generate endorphins in the body, in the mind, and these are very powerful, positive, makes you feel high, makes you feel good without any use of drugs, just from that positive thing happening. Of course the converse is true. If your side loses, it makes you feel despondent. And this is a bit way the mind works. But we need to seek to allow the experiences that are not quite so positive for us, and to experience them as just being part of a general feeling of experience without getting so depressed and down in a situation. This does take a lot of practice and meditation, but it can be achieved, where you reach a greater sense of well-being, and the various disasters and grief that you feel in the world can be come to terms with more easily. Traumas and so on cope with far better. So all the training of the mind. So there's a distinct relationship between the mind, the shoulders, and relaxing the shoulders, and what is going on below with the chi in the navel and the lower area. This is crucial to understanding the technique of energy generation. If you study Tai Chi or any of the Eastern martial arts, you'll realise that they are very much based on energy. Tai Chi particularly is a series of animal movements which are put together to enable the chi to flow more freely and easily around the body. When the body is blocked, the chi is blocked, we become ill. We don't always realise that we're ill, but it's more of an illness firstly in the mind and a physical sluggishness. But when we feel the chi move, we feel much brighter. We feel like we can take on any obstacle position that we need to, and things just seem a lot more positive. The same with the mind. If the mind is full of random thoughts that don't serve any particular purpose and dominate our mind, we can't relax. It's as simple as that. Relaxation is very important. We need to work hard, physically sport hard, run, walk, whatever we need to do. That's more of a yang process, but also we need to be able to then relax afterwards and sleep peacefully. That's the yin. And we need to get the balance better within our society, within ourselves. So the position of active yang and relaxation, receptive yin, is as much a condition of the mind as much as the physical body. The physical body needs and requires our mind to send the signals, the electromagnetic signals, down to the body. But conversely, we need that body to be in a purer state where the chi is flowing well for the mind to relax. It works within a relationship, very simple. One thing relax and it helps to relax the other, calms it down. Sometimes yang is good. It's not that yang is bad per se, but it needs to be balanced with the relaxation state all the time. If you're constantly working and getting stressed up, you feel terrible. Conversely, if you were always to have yin and just be sitting around like a couch potato, that would be terrible as well. You need to get the balance between those two things. And once you do, you find what the Chinese call the golden mean, which is between the yin and the yang, and it is that feeling of well-being and composure. So when you're actively doing things, there will be a little bit of the yin and the relaxation within your movements. You find that in Tai Chi, so the animal movements, which are basically expressing outwards motion, are allowing you to feel the yin within you. And conversely, when you're meditating, your mind engages with energy and power, and then it feels the expansiveness of what is around it, particularly the cosmos and the earth and the growing things and all the people around you and all the civilization and wondrous things that you can observe on the earth around you. But you're doing it from a feeling of inner peace and detachment. So the relationship between the mind and the physical body is crucial in this. And it will take some time before you get that balance right, but every now and again you will touch upon it, feel it, and think to yourself, this feels amazing. This is the right balance. This is the correct balance. This is what we should naturally be doing in our hunter-gatherer state. But we're no longer doing it now. One could go and visit the supermarket and become a hunter. Go and hunt your food. It has been suggested that we should do that. In a way, that's partly correct, but it's also true to say that really whatever you express within your mind is the hunting, gathering spirit. To achieve goals, to find food, to find good water, to find good air, and to live in a state of well-being and happiness with other people. And that can only be done by finding inner peace. So everything that I'm talking about is based on ancient tradition, not just Chinese. You find it in older cultures in the West, the Native Americans and so on and so forth, in Africa, South America, the world over. And what has happened in Western culture, that has spread across the world, and it's starting to dominate people's minds, and then they feel trapped, they feel they cannot return to that inner state of peace and paradise that is expressed in so many ancient cultures. All that is in the mind and in the body. The physical body is like a temple, and if you treat it as if it's a temple, you will find the mind will be cultivated and you will grow to an enormous awareness, not only of yourself, but of what is around you.